Hello dear students, we have previously studied about the introduction to Porter-Governor. Today we will study in detail the force analysis of the Porter-Governor. So we know that there are 5 forces coming into picture, that is T1 tension in the arm, T2 tensile force in the link, W small w is the weight of the fly ball, and capital W is the central load weight. So watch the central as we are considering only one half of the Porter-Governor, the central load weight is divided into two parts. So here at the link, one side it is acting as W by 2, and Fc is the centrifugal force. So we know before that it will act away from the center. Now there are two angles, we know alpha and beta. Now just we make the resolution of the forces in order to find out what will be our aim. We have to find out the height of the governor or the speed of revolution. So n or h we have to find out. So let us see how to find out. So this is the force analysis figure. We are considering only one half of the Porter-Governor. Hence the force will be like this. So at point D, just see the point D first, it will be having the tensile force T2 in the link. So T2 cos beta will be act in this direction. It will be balanced by the forces W by 2. Similarly, the centrifugal force will act in the horizontal direction in this direction, and T1 alpha, this is having an angle alpha. So T1 cos alpha and T1 sin alpha will be two components. So T1 sin alpha will be in this direction and T2 sin beta will be in this direction. So we will resolve the horizontal forces in another equation. There will be three equations mainly. So at point D, first T2 cos beta is equal to W by 2. Then in the second equation, the centrifugal force horizontally balances T1 sin alpha and T2 sin beta. In the third equation, the vertical component T1 cos alpha will balance here the weight W and the capital weight of, that is capital W by 2, that is the central load weight. So these three are the main and important equation. If we solve these three equations, then the question will be solved and we will find out the expression for the height of the governor or speed of revolution. So this is the part. So just here consider that forces acting on the governor and the first half of the one half of the governor. So if we focus our attention at the point D, as we have previously discussed, you will find that there will be a force in this direction T2 cos beta, and this will be balanced by W by 2, where it is written like this. So T2 cos beta is equal to W by capital W by 2, that is T2 is equal to capital mg by 2 cos beta. This will be the first equation, and in this it will form a triangle here. In this triangle, tan alpha is equal to R by H. You can see this triangle portion, this is R and this is H. So tan alpha will be equal to R by H. So these two expressions we have find out from the figure. Now proceed to our next slide. Second equation, that is T1 cos alpha is equal to capital Mg by 2 plus small m, resolving the forces vertically. If we vertically resolve the force, that we will find that it is T1 cos alpha and it will balance Tw plus capital W by 2. So this is the second equation. Now resolving the forces horizontally, what we have found, that Fc is equal to the centrifugal force Fc is equal to T1 sin alpha plus T2 sin beta. This will be the third equation. So just T1 sin alpha is equal to Fc minus T2 sin beta, and value of T2 is equal to found out from the equation number 1, that is mg by 2 cos beta. So T1 sin alpha is equal to Fc minus mg by 2 tan beta. This will be equation number 4. Now dividing equation 3 by equation number 2, we will get T1 sin alpha is equal to what? This is equation number 4 by equation number 3. That is, we will get T1 sin alpha is equal to Fc minus mg by 2 tan beta divided by T1 cos alpha is equal to capital Mg by 2 plus small mg. So these two are divided, and we will get the next expression as follows: tan alpha is equal to Fc minus mg by 2 tan beta divided by capital Mg by 2 plus small mg. And if we rearrange the expressions, that is, we take this denominator part to the LHS side and take this LHS side expression, that is tan alpha, and divide here Fc by tan alpha minus capital Mg by 2 tan beta by tan alpha, then we will get the expressions like this, and we will put the value of tan alpha, that is equal to R by H, and tan beta by tan alpha we have given here that it is equal to Q, and tan alpha value is equal to R by H. So if we put all these values, we get an expression like this, that H is equal to mg plus capital Mg by 2 into 1 plus Q divided by m omega square. So H will be g divided by omega square into m plus capital M by 2 into 1 plus Q divided by m. So here just put down the values: 9.81 divided by 2 pi n by 60 whole square into m plus capital M by 2 into 1 plus Q divided by m. So rearranging all these terms, we are finding out our expression capital N square is equal to small m plus capital M by small m into 895 by h if Q is equal to 1. But if F is a frictional force acting on the sleeve in the Newton, then equation 4 can be modified as the next expressions, that is like this one. So this is the final expression if frictional force is added to the central load weight, that is N square, capital N square is equal to small mg plus capital Mg plus minus F by 2 into 1 plus Q divided by small mg into 895 by h, that is capital N square is equal to mg plus capital Mg plus small plus minus F divided by mg into 895 by h when Q is equal to 1. So this is all about the derivation part, and you will solve problems on this topic, and you just put down all these expressions in sequence so that you will not be confused while solving these problems and doing this derivation. And this derivation is very, very important, so just keep in mind all the equations are having the correct sequence. So thank you.